Hello, Player 3 here. The year is 1989 and you're watching Retro Rewind. Another in-depth review filled with the history behind the game, a walk through the manual, my own gameplay ratings, and much more. This time, the evil wizard Xerath plans to revive his master, and the most unlikely named hero must stop him. That's right, it's Mystic Defender. Published and developed by Sega, more specifically, developed by Sega's R&D 2, which existed from 1984 to 1991, with their primary focus being on 8-bit games. Mystic Defender, known in Japan as Kujaku O2, is a sequel to Kujaku O, naturally. Known outside of Japan as Spellcaster on the Master System. I wouldn't have known this if not for the original Japanese titles. It was understood to have had the working title of Spellcaster 2, but changed it for whatever reason. As it is, there's not only no telling from the localized game names, but all the characters in-game between games are seemingly unrelated. Though the games do look graphically similar, then again, so does Jewel Master to these two. Additionally, Mystic Defender and Spellcaster are based off of a manga and anime by the same name, Kujaku O, with the localized name of Peacock King. And yet again, different characters. Having watched the OVA episodes of Peacock King, I can see slight similarities to Mystic Defender. The stories are similar in the way that there's a great evil being trying to be revived, and at least as the Japanese version is concerned, the outfits of our protagonist are very similar. The characters in question to that plot I briefly mentioned, as far as the first OVA episode goes, are our protagonist Kujaku, a magic-wielding exorcist monk who must confront Tatsuma, who is trying to awaken his own magic abilities and ends up reviving the great ancient spirit Seimei. Whereas Mystic Defender tells the story of our protagonist, Joe, who must stop the evil wizard Xerath, disciple of the Emperor of Evil Zhao, who kidnapped Alexandra and used her in attempts to revive Zhao. Something like that. Did you catch all those names? This will be on the test. Among a short credits list of graphic designers, Reiko Kodama stands out. Known for other games such as Phantasy Star and Seventh Dragon, is hailed as one of the first successful women in video game history. And music composer Tarnya, or Kazuhiko Nagai, or maybe Chikako Kamatani? Why do I find 3 different people listed with composing the music for Mystic Defender through multiple sources? Well, I do know the answer. I'll organize this kerfuffle for you. You're welcome. So firstly, Tarnya is Chikako Kamatani. Or rather the other way around. Tarnya is her alias and is listed as such in the game end credits. As it appears, the character Tarnya's design in the 5th Alex Kidd game, Alex Kidd and the Enchanted Castle, was based on Chikako Kamatani. She then began using the moniker thereafter. However, Kazuhiko Nagai has Mystic Defender listed as a project he worked on his website as composer. Oh, hello! He was the music director for Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Well, damn. Anyways, so it's both then. And that does make sense when they have been listed as working on multiple projects together at Sega and ultimately got married in July of 1993, and the attendees of their wedding reception at the Meguro Blues Alley were comprised entirely of Sega's sound department. Mystic Defender. The story here is somewhat reminiscent of Jewel Master, the look of the game as well. If I haven't mentioned that already, this won't be the last time I relate the two. Even though Mystic Defender came out first, I played Jewel Master first. Evil is at it again. Xerath, the devil's disciple, has cooked up a fiendish plot to bring Zhao back to life. Zhao is the wickedest wizard in the Wooniverse. He is the Emperor of Evil. If he returns, his strength will be beyond imagination. He will be able to conquer the world and make all things in it his evil slaves. You, Joe Yamato. Yamato. What a name. Are the only one with enough skill and power to stop Xerath. Joe. Get yourself to Zhao's stronghold. Azuchi Castle, and hurry! The beautiful Alexandra is Xaereth's prisoner there, and she is about to face a terrifying ordeal. Xaereth plans to steal her soul in order to bring Zhao back to life. Your road is treacherous, full of monsters and evil beings with surprising powers. No one knows what terrors you'll meet, or if you'll be able to survive. You begin the hardest challenge of your life, but you face it with something special. Friendship. Magic. Oh. You had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. The only thing out of place here is giving the main character the first name Joe, combined with the last name Yamato. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And I suppose the pictures underneath the story here are Joe and Xaereth, or Zhao possibly, but I'm assuming we won't see him unless we fail. The controls, a pretty typical layout, moving with the D-pad and A, B, and C for magic selection, shooting, and jumping. What's this? A key binding option? I'm sure that was appreciated. I myself will probably just keep the default. Then level. Choose a game difficulty level. Easy 1, Easy 2, or Normal. Why are you not familiar with the word hard? Why be weird like that? Just make them easy, normal, hard. Why easy 1 and easy 2? I guess if the recommended way to play is what they said as normal and don't want to make it harder, calling the other ones both easy will make gamers just select normal, so they don't have to admit they couldn't beat it on normal and had to do it on easy. But still, weird choice. The point of no return. You are Joe Yamato, possessor of powerful magic. You must battle your way to Azuchi Castle, facing hordes of fierce, slimy creatures who will try to stop you in any way they can. You must get into the castle and destroy Xaereth before he destroys Alexandra and resurrects the insanely criminal magician Zhao, the Emperor of Evil. Got enough ways to describe Zhao? The wickedest wizard, insanely criminal magician, Emperor of Evil Zhao. I get it. Life packs, magic and power bar, lives remaining, got it. You start out carrying psycho magic, you gain other magics as the battle goes on. Select your magic by pressing your select button, button A, unless I change it, which I haven't, and swirl or throw it by pressing the shot button. Press the jump button to hurdle enemies and obstacles and to leap to high places. Press the D button to aim your shots left, right, and high or low, and to twist and whirl while jumping. Survival. During battle, you will be injured by enemy punches and weapons. Or will I? And start each game with 3, 4, or 5 lives. Yeah. During your skirmishes with the enemy, pick up bonus items that help you stay alive. Strength, blue, increases your life pack by 1 box. Life, you gain another life. You know, there's a multitude of 1-ups in other games, but for whatever reason, every time I look at this icon, the first thing I think is 7-Up. Power, red, speeds up the power bar so you can use your magic more rapidly. This stays with you until you lose your current life. On to magic. Starting the game with Psycho Magic, as it said, shoot a ball. Hold down the shoot button and charge it. When the power bar is full, the ball splits into 3 globes. Flame Magic appears at the end of round 1. Concentrate to envelop yourself in a fiery cloud. Sonic Magic appears in round 2. You hold 6 balls that fly in 6 directions at once. At max power, 4 of them ricochet around the area. And Thunder Dragon Magic appears in round 3. Concentrate to assume the unstoppable power of the dragon. Release and burn all enemies on screen. Damn. There are 8 battle rounds. Well, good thing we get all magic abilities fairly early on. I've gone on long enough in this manual. The manual itself feels pretty long, so I won't read all of these level summaries. The title should be enough. Starting in the forest, then staircase maze. Great, I'm gonna get stuck there. The Fiend's machine room. Oh. Lava cake, lake. Damn, I must be hungry or something. The spider pit. Seriously? I hate spiders. Fine, I'll read this one. Monstrous spiders bound towards you. Oh, with amazing speed. Why? They stack themselves into death worms? What? The last death worm is the most horrible. There's no way I'm getting through that level. Why even try? The Ghosts machine room, the Fiends, and now the Ghosts. The elevator maze, another maze. First the staircase, now the elevator. We're going up to the penthouse suite. Or maybe down to hell. Probably down to hell. And lastly, Zhao's lair. Yep, and I can't hardly tell what's going on in these level screenshots. Guess I just gotta play the game. Sorry, I forgot one thing in the manual. There is no score in Mystic Defender. That's crazy. For a game this early on in video game history, to not keep score on screen or at all? If there's really no score, then why are there manual entry scorecards in the back of the manual? What do I put for the score? The level I reached? Do I need someone to watch me play and write down every enemy kill I get and get a score from that? There's no guide for how to even gauge the score manually like that either, though. So I have no clue what to put there. That's fine. I guess I'll just have to beat the game. So we start off with the setting of our story, told with slightly different verbiage to the manual. Let's check the menu options first. Level difficulty select, control configuration, just the jams. But it's time to play. Let's try normal first. I feel like I'm eventually going to go with the easiest difficulty just to make it through the game, but we'll see. Okay. I like this intro cinematic. Joe, if you hope to rescue Alexandra, immediately come to Azuchi Castle. I'm on it, boss. In the forest. Let's get used to the feel of the controls first. Okay. Ready to go. Oh, a little tree snake. No bother. Good lord, was that Wario? He came from the trees. I did not expect that. What the actual hell? There's so many. The monks of the Order of the Lorax. Do these glowing pillars do anything? I feel like they should. Sometimes I see a Lorax monk disappear near one, and I have no clue if I did that or he just dipped. I didn't realize I could climb trees too. Oh, okay, not cool. When I go back, they respawn. That was actually pretty quick for level 1. Here's the boss. A big old snake. It only takes damage from headshots. Not much to it. Level 2. Holy shit, it starts off with a demon. I can't even hit it. Damn, this thing hurts. How rude. So, I can't hit him in ball form. I just have to wait till he joins me in the trees. Ah, this must be the Lorax. He really let himself go, too. Now that I've sort of got the hang of this, I gotta say, it feels kind of like the beginning of the RoboCop game. Shooting the bikers and goons jumping out of the windows at you. You know? There. Finally. I just had to be patient. Excuse me? Now it's level 2? There were 2 bosses in level 1? What the hell? So, level 2 is a maze, the staircase maze, and yes, I did get stuck here. Not because the maze was hard, but because I couldn't land my jumps. I think the thing about this game so far that annoys me the most is that everything respawns immediately once you take even the tiniest step backwards. There are some weird-ass enemies here too. These monks now shoot butterflies, and can turn into blue heads, and these blue babies turn into goo. But I eventually got Sonic Magic, and the boss here is ghosts. A gaggle of ghosties. I have to wait until they fully materialize to hit them. They took quite a few of my lives to beat. Good thing I discovered that once I've run out of lives and am shown the continue screen, if I hit yes, I start at the beginning of the level I was just on with full lives. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, hell no. Level 3. Is this Metroid? Oh right, it's the Fiend's machine room. I guess I can't hurt these flame-shooting xenomorph gargoyles no matter which type of magic I try. This seems like it was going to be really tough, but there was really only one way to go, and I made it through rather quickly. But what the hell? That is an 80s Lovecraft movie-looking-ass door right there. Like, straight from Beyond or something. Alright, boss time. Boss time? No boss time. Why no boss for level 3? I'm confused, disappointed, and relieved all at once. Level 4, Lava Lake. Flying purple plasma dog heads. Flying purple people eater. Looks like the basic psychomagic attack. Well, that was way too quick. I did not expect that platform to fall even before I could react. But hey. Hey! Where's my continue? What does it matter? Why does it matter if I can indefinitely continue? There's no score. There's no coin-op version of this game, so there's no need to drain a kid's pocket of quarters. Commando lets you continue indefinitely, as far as I've seen, and that does have a score. Well then, I guess that's that. Though I didn't finish the game myself, I can fill you in on a bit of what to expect. The levels seem to get a bit shorter, not necessarily easier, but just like level 3, the staircase maze, level 6, the elevator maze, also didn't have a boss. Seems like the maze is the boss. Oh, and if you want to see the second half of the game and beat it yourself, you'll have Alexandra bare naked to look forward to at the end for some reason. Didn't expect that in all its 16-bit glory. And of course, more Lovecraftian horrors. Mystic Defender was first released in December of 1989 to relatively high acclaim from most magazines around the time of its release, but I found a few bad ones too. These are the few I'll be looking at. An 84% from Computer and Video Games Magazine, a 3.5 stars out of, I'll figure that out later, from the Computer Entertainer newsletter, a 95% from Joystick Magazine, a something from Aseo Games Magazine, a 70% from Electronic Gaming Monthly, and a 61% from Raze Magazine. Wait. Raze. Where have I... Oh, hell no. I don't trust these bastards. Okay, never mind. Not Raze, but the rest of them, yes. Starting with Computer and Video Games. Is this really the most high-def image out there besides owning the actual magazine itself? Fine. I'll do it myself. I'll get it. That's better. So, here's a game for all you Mega Drive owning transvestites out there. The main character dresses up in woman's clothing. Jesus! I kinda wish I didn't get this magazine to be able to read that. First of all, Kujaku 2 is the Japanese localized version. Not sure why a UK magazine isn't reviewing the EU version. But that is traditional Japanese garb, not women's clothing. Secondly, while this is a different time, but still crazy they could print that. But thanks anyway, Bizarro Rand Paul, giving it an overall score of 84%. Although we've seen it all before, Kujaku 2 is one of the best of this lot. Smashing graphics and sound, and some really steaming hot gameplay to boot. Okay, Computer Entertainer. What does 3.5 mean? The one below says 3 out of 3. Other games are 4 out of 4. Let's assume it's 3.5 out of 4, then. Or, wait, are these two different ratings from Mary Lou and Celeste, the editors? If so, still, out of what? Let's just assume out of 4. So, 8.75 out of 10. Appears to be a sequel to last year's 8-bit Sega game, Spellcaster. Yep. It goes through the story as we already know it then. We enjoyed the challenges of this game, which can be played at any of 3 difficulty levels. However, we missed the interactive and puzzle-solving interludes that we found so intriguing in Spellcaster. Damn, that sounds fun. I might have to play that one too now. Even without those interludes, however, Mystic Defender is an involving action-adventure with lots of graphic detail and very good music. Solo play, pause, continue feature. Ooh! I like that they listed their favorite songs. That's new to a review that I've seen. And they recommend the game. Very well said and done, Computer Entertainer. Thank you, Mary Lou and Celeste. It's a shame that this was one of their last issues of this newsletter, as by July of 1990, they were gone. Joystick, a French magazine. Ho ho. Oh my god, France. I get that it was in the game and that you can show that, but I can't. Gotta translate it here. Better known to Mega Drive fans as Kujukuchi, Mystic Defender is one of the first games officially imported for the official Mega Drive console. You play as a princess from a kingdom still unknown to us poor stupid earthlings who has come down to Earth to save mankind from the domination of terrible demons. Okay, Google, that's a terrible translation. I'll just do the number portion. That speaks for itself. Graphics, 17. Animation, 18. Handling, 19. Sound, 18. Even at a 20, that still doesn't make the 95% they gave it. Can someone just make a normal scoring system? No, that's the opposite of a normal scoring system, a Seo Games magazine. What does that even mean? I'm skipping it. Electronic Games Monthly. That's better. 4 reviewers, each with a score out of 10. That's a 70% average score between them all. The lowest score from Ed says, another graphically exciting game from the Genesis. MD really shows off the power of the 68,000 processor. Strip away the superb graphics and audio, however, and you get another Me Too action adventure. While the enemies are formidable and the weapons powerful, there should be more game. Yeah, actually, I fully agree with Ed. It doesn't really stand out, it just is. But it does look and sound very good. I like how they also list at the top of these review crew reviews the game type, its release, how many levels, and their opinion of the difficulty. And that's it. So of the legible ratings, converted and rounded to how I rate, a 8.5 out of 10, a 8.75 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, and a 7 out of 10. Of what I rate Mystic Defender, I'll tell you right now, it's not 9.5 like Joystick. I'm giving Mystic Defender a 6.25 out of 10. In line with, or rather right below, Agony and Conker's Bad Fur Day, because those games were more fun to play. Anyways, that puts Mystic Defender in 20th in the games I've played so far for this series, 5th in games I've played on the Genesis, and 5th as well for games I've played so far this year. And for level of enjoyment, matching other games I've played, Mystic Defender I found to be just as fun as 9 Lives, Revelations Persona, Lego Island, and Army Men. If you saw my last video on 9 Lives, you already know that's not really a good thing. And for most played, this pushes the Sega Genesis back ahead of the Amiga and Windows, and this being the 12th platform game I've played, cementing itself firmly in the lead by 8 games. Maybe I should cool it on the platform games for a while. We'll see. Food for thought. And that's really all there is to it. All in all, not a bad game. I agree with most of the reviews, the graphics and sound were great, just lacking in the gameplay portion, and I just didn't enjoy it all that much. If you are interested in playing the game for yourself, don't let me stop you. Or if you already have, let me know what you thought. If you have any game recommendations you'd like to see me play, leave them in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll enjoy what I have in store. That's all for now. See you next time.